I should probably transition to a better scene here. It's a bit sudden there. Hold on there, people. Let's see. Alright, we can't work with this for now. Yo, welcome everyone, Sanju Chie here. So, I know it wasn't much of an announcement apart from the end of one of my previous videos. But yo, welcome to the live stream, CMW. Oh wait, I have echo here. Let me see. That should be better. Alright, that should be better. Yo, so how is everyone doing tonight? Welcome to the live stream. Boruto versus Black Clover. Yeah, I must say before we even get into anything, yeah, respect shoutouts. We just passed 700 subs, so the journey to 1,000 subscribers continues as per usual. Just respect to the new and returning subscribers as per usual. Just I appreciate the support. As I say, like almost every video at this point, but I know it's set already. But yo, tonight's nothing too crazy, just Boruto versus Black Clover. Of course, it's not as black and white as Asta versus Boruto. I see some of you guys commenting in the chat so far, but it's not as black and white as that. Tonight, we're discussing specifically Black Clover versus Boruto anime specifically. Even though I guess I could still open up the floor for Boruto versus Asta, but yeah, I guess I could wait a bit to get a few more persons in here. No, I'm not expecting the world. We know how these live stream numbers go already for the most part. Boy. He didn't leave for Agwan. Yeah, we know how they how this argument of mine is going to go already. In terms of my thoughts on the Boruto anime. Toxic Scars, Boruto's a monkey, Jarrett Heat, yo, welcome. Although I guess the current car actuation arc hasn't been bad so far. How's the weekend been going for you guys though? That's the better question. Okay. Audio sounds good. Mic check, clear. We good. We Gucci. All right, audio good. This wasn't part of the plan, but anyone wants to jump on stream with me via Discord, well, still be streaming to YouTube, but if you want to chat via like a Discord call, that's on the table as well. Even though I don't plan to be streaming all night, but that could mix up things a bit. But since I'm not really expecting the world, as I said, I guess I'll just jump right into it. So Black Clover versus Boruto anime. I guess the easy way to put it is that, well, most of you should know already that I've been covering Black Clover recently. Anime and manga have been taking turns, like alternating and putting out content for Black Clover. And it's been a fun experience so far. So considering that Black Clover and Boruto, they're like some of the main, they're like both of them are like mainstream shonen these days, and both of them have come under heavy criticism. I feel I thought, you know, it was only natural I come to this point where I do a Black Clover versus Boruto sorry about that, a Black Clover versus Boruto comparison, at least on the anime. Yeah, I mean, funny enough, I haven't really gotten that much into My Hero, but yeah, I would say Black Clover, Boruto, My Hero. Is there any other series that could really, be in the spot of like this current big three? That's a bit better thing. Alright, but the point is, yeah, I've been watching the Black Clover anime, reading the manga, and I've been loving it. Yeah, Fire Force is Fire Force is pretty good. Second season more so than the first, I feel, but it's pretty good. I actually haven't watched the latest episode yet, which is last night's episode. But yeah, so since I've been covering Boruto as well on this channel, you guys know I've been, for the most part, I've said more than what I've had to say or what I've needed to say on the on the Boruto anime in terms of my opinion on it. But if I'm being honest, like, long story short, I feel like the Black Clover anime is the better product. As I said, this isn't necessarily like a versus battle like Asta versus Boruto, or which has the better story. It's more of which one of these series really, how well do they execute their respective source materials? Let's put it like that. That's what this versus battle is really about. And I feel like Black Clover definitely has the edge in this versus battle because, and I've said time and time again, due to the fact that Boruto as a series, as an anime, it started way too early, fam. Like like way too early. And I was speaking to a fellow, one of my subscribers, William. If you're watching, shout out to you, guy. I was pointing out to him that, yo, when you really look at it, Boruto the manga started in 2016, right? And Hidden Leaf, it's well, it's not even well, sticking to the manga is one factor, but it's not even just that. But that is a major factor as well. But yeah, it's just that it comes down to the notion that, or the fact that Boruto started too early. I mean, with the manga starting in 2016, right? And of course, all of us know that we started covering the Momoshiki, the Chunin exams again. And not even, I don't think, let me even check. I don't even think it was 12 months later before the Boruto anime started. Just check that out there. Boruto, Naruto, Next Generations. I highly doubt it. Let's see. April 5th, 2017. I guess 1 month short. Well, no, April, yeah, May. It's like 11 months. Yeah. So 11 months after the manga, we started the anime, which, honestly, if you look at other long-running shonen, just even take the previous big three, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto. In all of those cases, we've had the anime adaptations starting at least 2 years, maximum 3 years after the manga starts. So when you really look at it that way, when you put Boruto in a situation where you're starting your anime 11 months after your manga starts, but at the same time, your manga starts with covering material that's already been covered for the most part. I mean, what do you expect to happen? In comparison to like a Black Clover that starts what? I think Studio Period started Black Clover, let's see. I think it was almost like close to 3 years, like literally almost 36 months after the manga started. Because I recently passed chapter 100 in the manga, and I see where they were just like promoting the anime adaptation at that point, like it's upcoming. So we're like 2 years in, 3 years the most before Black Clover started. So like the effect that really gives, or the advantage that really gives the Black Clover anime, it has more material to work with, obviously more source material, And even though peer persons will say that, or it is a fact that yes, everything in the Boruto anime is canon for the most part, but compared to Black Clover, considering that Boruto started so early, I feel like it lacks the connective tissue or the overarching narrative. The overarching story, it doesn't feel as connected. It doesn't flow as well as Black Clover, because I think if you ask anybody that watches Black Clover and Boruto, like 100 episodes into Black Clover and 100 episodes into Boruto, if you were to really and truly compare them, things, the connective tissue, I don't want to make this too complicated, but yeah, things just feel, there's a sense of progression, I feel. And not that there's isn't any in Boruto, but it just comes down to the big question that I usually ask anybody that's really and truly like extremely positive about Boruto, is that, and I'll pose the question right here now. Like, do you feel if Boruto started, say, I don't know, we're 2020, right? Say 2 years from now, right? 2022. Do you feel like a lot of the arcs that we've gotten in the Boruto anime would really and truly play out the same way? Or if we get a lot of them? Or like this 166 episode run, 167 as of tomorrow, I believe. Do you think we'd be at the same place story wise in the story if Boruto were to start, say, 2022? I don't think so. And I know, as I said, it goes back to the point where nothing in the story is filler, quote unquote, but at the same time, your material still feels like there's a lot of filler. If not for the manga, and I've said time and time again, you wouldn't really know where the story is going. Black Clover doesn't have that problem. Granted, it's still a weekly series, so right now, well, to my knowledge, as I've been informed, a lot of this stuff that's going on in Black Clover right now, anime-wise, is taking place between a time skip based on some information that Tabata has given to Studio Period. So there's that as well. Looking at your comment here, he didn't leave. Yeah, well, honestly, let me tell you. The thing is, Boruto has a lot of goal content, good content, I feel, scattered throughout. And if it was a case where Boruto started, say, 2 years later, I don't think it's a case where they would have to necessarily like skip the academy-based stuff. But I feel like a lot of the arcs would have been condensed. Like, say, for example, the arc with Sumeri, which was, what, 12, 13 episodes? I feel like stuff like that would have been condensed down to, like, shorter, more to-the-point, executed. I mean, a lot of the arcs are right to a good, but yeah, I feel like a lot of them could have been condensed a bit more. But a lot of the fluff, yeah, definitely would have been left out. But you know, like, funny enough, the big question, like, from this versus battle here between the two anime series is that it all leads to asking, should weekly series be like phased out? Should we always, you know, go for a more seasonal route where series are concerned? Like, are weekly series losing their luster? Because, all right, on a side note, take Burn the Witch with Tite Kubo, the Bleach universe, right? He's doing Burn the Witch as a seasonal manga, like, based on recent information, which is crazy to me. So it feels like the longer we go into this whole culture of like just anime transitioning to a seasonal, I feel like weekly series probably should be phased out. No, don't get me wrong, there there is still a vibe for me, for lack of a better term, for weekly series, but yo, trust me, it makes you question. Because even though I feel like in terms of narrative and story and things feel like they're, you know, they're progressing and actually going somewhere, the win definitely goes to Boruto. But sorry, what Boruto, I mean Black Clover. But at the same time, I feel like we still need to talk about the criticisms that Black Clover gets regarding its animation. which is something I've talked about in my recent Black Clover video, naturally, if you guys watch that. And yo, it goes back to the question where, especially since it's the same studio that does both of them, like you, it just goes back to asking, should weekly anime be phased though, right? Because I think in terms of art, Boruto, not, like, let's make the distinction. There's a distinction between art and animation. In terms of art, I feel like Boruto does a more consistent job of that versus Black Clover. So it's not all in Black Clover's favor in terms of the consistency of the art in the anime. So I think Boruto does a more consistent job of that. But it comes down to like time, in terms of that aspect of the budget. Time. Not necessarily money, but time. We have Boruto Uzumaki, who's stronger, Asta or Boruto. It depends on the point in time in the series. Where I am right now, anime wise, I'm more or less just at the beginning of the Witch's Forest. Manga wise, I'm in the Royal Knights selection exam. Locke just finished his match, so I would say, up to, I'm still feel like Asta, definitely. But if we're talking about like level 2 Karma Boruto with Momoshiki, then I would definitely give it to Boruto there. Grant, I can only talk based on how far I am. So yeah. So manga Boruto versus manga Asta. I mean, I'm just getting a few snippets of Black Asta now. Level 2. Yeah, level 2 Momoshiki. Level 2 Karma Boruto. I'll give it over Asta for now. But that's only based on where I am. So I'm still in the process of catching up with Black Clover. Yo, Diki! Wow, go on, man. Out and about, Yo guys, remember, if you guys want to jump into the stream and have a discussion here outside of just commenting, you can jump onto Discord. I haven't created a voice channel in my server yet, but I could always do that if any of you guys actually want to jump in and talk to me on there. Just let me know. My favorite anime character. That's hard. I actually don't have a favorite. It's hard to say. I'm a big fan of, the ultimate one burner, Yusuke Urameshi. Yo, honestly, Yusuke, still the man. I'm a big Luffy fan. I really love Luffy as a character. I'm loving Asta's character so far. I'm still waiting on some, I get some personal payouts that I want to see with Asta's character. But Yusuke Urameshi, Luffy, I love Naruto up until before, it was kind of revealed he was, reincarnation. But in terms of adult Naruto, I still love him. But I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite. I just can't decide. And yeah, the Clover Kingdom. Oh, I don't know if you were in the call when I mentioned it, Boruto Uzumaki, but I'm not all that into My Hero. I haven't really delved into it. I think I've only watched literally like probably 5 episodes in total. So yeah. But in terms of the strongest new gen anime character, Who do we have on the table in the list? We have what? Deku, Asta, Boruto. Who else am I missing? Let me know here in the chat. Boy. Let's see. I wouldn't really call Gun. And Kilo. I mean, Hunter x Hunter is pretty old. I mean, we're doing what, the second anime and we're on hiatus now. So like Boruto, Deku, Asta, Shinra, those guys, I think make the list for like new gen. give or take. Um, Honestly, like if we're factoring in the abilities they can't consistently use, and we kind of put it to abilities they can consistently use, Shinra might be might be up there, like beyond Boruto, Deku, and Asta. Might be. Because we know that Shinra, once he receives grace from the Adola world, then yo, the guy's beyond light speed. But if we're power scaling and we're taking into consideration that yo, Boruto under the influence of Momoshiki, level 2 karma, we're scaling it to like Naruto and Sasuke, he should be light speed as well. And have some other abilities to back it up. Yeah, yo, I'm telling you, like with Fire Force people, like at the end of season one, things took a drastic turn in terms of like power scaling. It just felt like, and I said it back in the day when I did my live reactions or my commentary on like the end of Fire Force season one, but it felt like we went from the beginning of Dragon Ball to like the end of Super in like one episode. Like it was ridiculous. Jadu. As I'm saying, all right, I kind of got too hyped there, but I might still, based on scaling for scaling Momoshiki or Boruto level 2 Karma, there's a good, I think Shinra would put up a good fight, but I think I might give it to Momoshiki slash Boruto level 2 Karma, because there are other things outside of, being light speed to take into consideration. Jin Mori and maybe Tanjiro. Well, yeah, the webcomics, the webtoons getting some love for real still. God of High School, Jano. Tanjiro's pretty good. But God of High School is pretty wild with the scaling as well. Huh. So that's what, we have 5 of them there, alright? Jin Mori, Tanjiro, Boruto, Deku, Asta. God damn it. Alright. We definitely know some Boruto, all things considered, abilities he can consistently use or not, would definitely be above. Well, but you can see him even if he's light speed. You have to take into account that has zero. That's what I'm saying. There are other things to take into consideration outside of the fact that he's light speed. So I actually would give Shinra over Tanjiro. But Deku and Asta almost, well, I mean, as I said, I'm not the biggest My Hero fan, but I'm almost putting Deku and Asta in the same tier. Boruto based on scaling should be the strongest out of all of them, all things considered. Karma level 2 considered. Yo, welcome, how is it? Chowdhury? Chowdhury, yeah. Yo, welcome, man. Our girl. The Boruto anime, yo, honestly, I can't blame you. As I said in like the comparison I was making when the stream just started, is that Black Clover definitely is the better anime in terms of the narrative or the story feeling connected. Or, well, sorry. The comparison was based on which anime was doing a better job of adapting its source material. And of course that goes to Black Clover. So I can't blame you for giving up on the Boruto anime, even though it has its good moments here and there. Even though most of the bad moments in recent times have been, Sasuke being out of chakra. So yeah. In terms of if Black Clover is good, in my opinion, Black Clover is great. It's not perfect, but I think it's fun. It's fun for me. It's been a fun experience reading and getting into it, if I'm being honest. And the characters are quirky, which is always a plus. They all stand out. They all have personality. In terms of progression, anime wise now, as Boruto Uzumaki is saying, Black Clover is the better package right now in terms of how well it adapted source material. I would highly recommend it, honestly. The biggest complaint I see you'll have if you're getting into it is Asta screaming, because like consistently that has been the thing I feel a lot of persons have always complained about where Black Clover is concerned, animation and art aside. So there's that. Janu. Let's see. Yo, honestly, when the O arc starts in the Boruto anime, which I was talking to a subscriber of mine on Discord earlier, and we were predicting for we were predicting for Boruto to start the O arc in probably like March or April for the most part, because like right now we're finishing up this Kara acquisition arc, and I feel like we're gonna get some novels adapted into the anime after this, and then probably that might be a good chunk of. I mean, between the Kara activation arc finish up, it's all this plot with Victor and Deepa. I feel like we might end off the year with it, and then we get the novels January, February, March, like a good amount of episodes to really and truly cover what the novels have to offer, and then we get into the O arc in April. And funny enough, when you look at it, if we're taking what Kodachi has said about the Boruto manga, him wanting the Boruto manga to be at most 28 volumes, like chapter 51. Let me check it, just to be sure I'm not telling you guys foolishness. All right, so with chapter 51 next month, guys, that's going to conclude volume 13. So with chapter 52, we're more or less starting the halfway mark of Boruto. So if we take into consideration that the O arc might start in April, that's October, November, December, January, February, March, April, 7 months, and one volume is 4 chapters, it more or less might line up with the Boruto manga starting the time skip by the time the O arc starts. So that's something to actually consider when you really think about it. I'm going through the comments here. Isn't Boruto 13 now? Is he really 14 at this point? Alright, so Boruto, you're saying, well, alright. I would imagine the whole, there has been discussion before in terms of how far the power skill is going to go in Boruto by the end of the series. But to say that it's going to be DBS tier, that's pretty wild if you ask me. Granted, alright, if I am being honest, the thing that has really thrown the power skill in the Naruto universe out of, well, not necessarily out of whack for like the negative, but really elevated, is the events of the last Naruto movie. You see, from the time Naruto stopped Taneri's attack, the same attack that cut the moon in half, with one hand. Of course, he was still using his tail beast in conjunction with Sage Mode abilities, but he didn't use any 6-pass enhancements in that fight. That has really thrown the power that has thrown the power skill completely out of whack, honestly. And I think it's stuff like that that has really contributed to persons really feeling like Naruto and Sasuke are really being represented the best in the Boruto manga these days. Dragon Ball. I actually want to speak a bit about Dragon Ball tonight, because you guys know I haven't even reviewed a chapter or spoken about Dragon Ball in a long while. It's just mainly been Boruto, Black Clover, and miscellaneous foolishness here and there. So yeah, Janu. But we'll get to it. Yeah, it's anybody's guess. We know Kishimoto, he's heavily inspired by Dragon Ball, but anything can happen. Alright, since we even bring up Dragon Ball now, let me talk about it. How do you guys feel about Dragon Ball these days? Like, the more arc has been going on, and I believe one of the most recent, or even the last few Dragon Ball videos I did, I think I was emphasizing how I feel like they really need to go through they need to go past the end of Z. Because I'm enjoying the Moro arc, but I feel like Dragon Ball is in this safe territory right now. Like yeah, it's cool, it's decent, but like something new. And Toyotaro has been trying with the more arc, I feel, here and there, but I just feel like Dragon Ball as a franchise, if the plan is to, well, it has been corporate for the longest while, but if the plan is to really milk Dragon Ball to death, but still balance it with being like objectively good storytelling, if you're balancing those two things, I think they need to go to the end of Z, but beyond the end of Z. I don't know if they want to, if they're how they're going to, if they're going to like erase GT or whatever the case may be, but definitely need to go beyond the end of Z, if nothing else. DBS, in terms of if it's trash, yo, honestly, I love DBS. I'm not gonna lie, I love it, I enjoy it, I feel it's entertaining. But if you're asking me to be objectively objectively criticize it, yeah, it's not the best thing in the world. If Sid, if you're still in the chat here, yo, you know, there's always some complaints with every arc of DBS. Like, it's ridiculous. Yo, William, welcome, man. Yo, enjoy the chat from earlier. Let's see. How powerful do you want Boruto to be in the series? That's a good question. I don't think I've really given it much thought, to be honest, in terms of how strong I want Boruto to be in this series. I mean, taking into consideration how strong Momoshiki was before he died, level 2 Boruto, or if he gets the level 2 karma under control and accesses Momoshiki's power, he's already, in terms of like raw strength and raw chakra feel, he's already 50% of like Naruto and Sasuke. Honestly, he doesn't have to. I mean, they're building up for Boruto to surpass Naruto, and he could, but I don't feel he needs to necessarily surpass him by any ridiculous extent, even though the story kind of feels like it's calling for that based on how strong Ishiki is, and if you're gonna have other Otsutsuki as strong as Ishiki. But I don't think they necessarily need that. Like, you know, that whole the next villain is stronger than the next, that Dragon Ball, it keeps escalating. Naruto's always been that series where, you know, you don't have to be the strongest to win a battle. I kind of value the creativity and the strategy. So if Boruto could be, say arbitrary number, twice as strong as Naruto, I don't think it needs to necessarily go beyond that. Right now we're at what? Naruto and Sasuke being planetary, all things considered. They don't need to be like universal or anything like that. You see what I mean? Shodori, in terms, when you say Dragon Ball Z way, in terms of like how strong they're getting, or what? What do you mean? Like, should they be like universal by the end of the series, or what do you mean? Because, yo, like the series, like the biggest problem of the Boruto side of the franchise is that they're like, if you could combine the best aspects of the novels, the manga, and the anime, and you were to concentrate those positives into one product, well, into one solid manga, trust me, Boruto would sell. Trust me. In terms of, no, I don't think it should go the Dragon Ball Z way. And I feel like a lot of persons have been saying this with the fact that they don't feel like all members of the Otsutsuki clan are going to be that Ishiki level. But, you know, probably ranging from that, like, high tier Kage to super god tier, which Ishiki is. Sid. Yo, a serious thing though. Sasuke isn't planetary anymore. The man can. Yo, what on? If I bring up episode or something, dog. Yo, Jano, what on? Yo, if I bring up a scene, where is it? Now some episodes here. What on? Sid, you kill me with that one, dog. Trust me. Oh yeah, see Naruto folder here, Boruto. When it was episode 125, well, I'll pull it up on the screen there, but I can't. But yo, sorry about that, guys. Seems like I don't know if OBS just I don't know if the net dropped a while ago or what. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I can still be heard, right? You guys still hear me? Alright, don't get me wrong. There is some context for some of the times when Sasuke is out of chakra. There is some context for it. William, if you're still here, yeah, we discussed that earlier too. But trust me, and me and Siddiqui have talked off stream for this as well. Right now, 5 Kage Summit Sasuke looks more impressive than adult Sasuke. Honestly. Yo, it's so ridiculous, fam. Honestly. Let's see if I can bring up about the episodes I said. Super Saiyan Goten versus level 2 Karma Boruto. I still think I'll give it to Goten, dog. Still feel I'd give it to Goten. But yeah, honestly, right now, as I said, yo, 5 Kage Summit Sasuke. Yo, you guys remember when Sasuke stormed the 5 Kage Summits fighting Gaara, right? Kage. Right now, the way things look, Sasuke probably wouldn't even like just walking to the 5 Kage Summits. He'd probably be out of chakra, honestly. It's ridiculous. It's that ridiculous, fam. Yo, trust me. Let me tell you. From the PN art, from Jiraiya to 5 Kage Summits, yeah man, peak Shippuden. Trust me. There. Let me see. Second monitor. Hold on. Alright, let me transition. I don't know, just in case. My computer has struggled to run everything right now, though. Yo, hold on, let me bring up this scene, brother. I remember live reacting to this. Why are they? Hold on. Let me bring it up. Yo, like, may I watch this episode now? And I say, yo, may I people Sasuke if come back in. And I say, yo, bombard Sasuke forward. You see me? And I say, the general. And then watch it out. Yeah, me know he used FaceTime and everything and all of that before, so it might be right for out of chakra still. But it was still the funniest thing in life to me. Watch it now. Sid, but hope say y'all watch this too now. out of chakra. Yo, we can't bother dog. We done. We tired. Yo, I tell you though. It don't make sense, bros. The man out of chakra already. Can't bother from image. Well, on there. Live chat. Transition. Yo. Hey, man, I try Trump. It just don't. Yo. We just can't bother, dog. I was so disappointed after that scene, dog. But there is context, but you know. Yo, tell her, dog. Like, is that something to say? I just feel like the positives. It's because Boruto has become so corporate, and there's so many different like formats the series takes, the anime, manga, novels. As I said, if they could just compile, like, go back to the drawing board, like if it was like 20, go back to in time to 2016, right? And they say, yo, instead of just starting the anime, or they could probably still start the manga, but instead of starting the anime like 11 months after, but I'm sorry, let's get the best aspects of the expanded section of the lore and let's drop them into the anime as well. And I feel like you'd have a better product anime wise, isn't it? Yo, but like when I roast Sasuke in the comments. Yo, trust me, bros. Trust me. Alright, you see, that's the thing. Yeah, like I haven't been the biggest criticizer of like Ikimoto's paneling because I don't really have the eye for those type of things. But every now and then, like I realize, like in terms of sometimes how certain scenes transition, yeah, I realize like yeah, it could be doing better. It's not Kishimoto, but at the same time, we know at the end of the day, in terms of a lot of how the fights and the scenes are structured, they'll definitely be improved with the anime. Yo, Kawaki, welcome. Well, it probably is too early for me personally because I haven't fully caught up. But I can only speak on. I'm 57 episodes into Black Clover, but manga wise, I'm ahead. Like in terms of where I'm in the story, Royal Knight Selection Exam. But episode wise, I'm just starting the Witch's Forest. But I wouldn't say it's too early. I mean, Boruto has been going for what? 4 years now, and Black Clover is what, 5 years? Sid, am I right? 5 years for Black Clover. It's ridiculous. I know he didn't leave. I know. But yo, welcome all the same, guys. Yo, thanks for the support. Same way. Kawaki. Yo, Kawaki has the potential to be seriously overpowered when I really think about it now, because considering he was only recently like started getting trained in terms of like chakra utilization, he's still, and the fact he's, I would say like, let me see. I did do a video in terms of how strong Kawaki is. I would say he's at least low tier, no, at least upper tier tuning. Level 2 karma. We know how ridiculous that goes once there, but level 1 karma, I would say is at least mid tier jonin. That sounds about right. I don't know about that. But in terms of the future, like say for example, yeah, let's take the flash forward. Clock in that scene, he could be like mid to upper tier of the persons that appeared in the Fourth Great Ninja War, I would say. But yo, trust me. You know what's funny about this whole anime comparison? That neither Black Clover nor Boruto have a dedicated movie yet. And we're excluding the Boruto movie because it's still Boruto Naruto the movie. It still has Naruto the movie. But I just find it strange. Don't you guys think? At this point, we'd have, if it was like Naruto, Bleach, or One Piece, we'd have at least 3 movies already. So I don't know. Do you guys think it's like a change in the culture where like series these days don't get like a lot of movies? All right, Kawaki. I get what you're saying in terms of that, but you have to remember that Boruto is a monthly series. So if you were to do the conversions in terms of like page counts to a weekly series, Boruto is easily like at least 130 to 150 chapters in, if you were to really do that. So that plus the fact, if we're taking Kodachi's word at heart of about Boruto being 28 volumes, I mentioned it earlier before you came into the stream that as of next chapter that completes volume 13 of Boruto. So we're more or less halfway there. So I would have to disagree with you about it being too early. Um You know, for real, the Urashiki arc could have been like if they like reworked a lot of things, um, then it could have actually been a movie. I'm still not 100% comfy with Kid Naruto and Boruto be beating Urashiki, but if they rework some things, then fine. I would love to see a Black Clover movie, honestly. It would be. I've said it to William, the subscriber I spoke to earlier on Discord, that yeah, Boruto would benefit from being weekly, but I just think for Ikimoto and Kodachi, it might just be physically impossible for them to handle that. Boom, 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 boom. Am I missing a comment? In terms of Ishiki versus Hagoromo, there is actually a high chance Ishiki is stronger than Hagoromo. But we're Hagoromo at which point? We're talking Hagoromo full power without the 10 tails or Hagoromo with the 10 tails? Granted, I guess in either case, Ishiki might still be more powerful. Might be. Yo guys, like, what does everybody else think? Ishiki versus Hagoromo. Because, well, And then the next question is that, like, yeah, Hagoromo is ridiculously powerful, especially with the 10 tails. But is Hagoromo really like, yeah, he fought Kaguya and 10 tails before, but outside of that, is he really that much of a fighter? I would imagine he's better than Kaguya in terms of battle sense. I think everybody is, but like, I don't know. I see Hagoromo having a hard time beating Ishiki. Unless well, that's so we haven't seen 100% Ishiki like that. But I think we've seen him, well, yeah, we haven't. But let's look at it in terms of techniques. I mean, hmm. Like, yeah, I'm tempted to say yeah. In terms of Ishiki, I would give it to Ishiki. But I don't think it would be an easy fight, all things considered. Well, that too. Yeah. Like, I already gave the win to something, man. I already gave the win to Black Clover in terms of it being, alright. Again, it wasn't a comparison or a versus in terms of which had the better story, but I guess that does factor in. But it was more along the lines of which anime has been doing a better job of adapting their source material, which is been Black Clover. So in terms of like the narrative, the story feeling like it's progressing and going somewhere. The connective tissue of the overarching narrative, as I would phrase it, it definitely feels like Black Clover to me is the better anime. Boruto, in terms of in its corner, I feel like it has more consistent arts over Black Clover. I feel so far because I'm only 50 episodes in, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Because honestly, guys, let's be honest. 166 episodes in. If this was any other series, right? Like that's like a significant milestone for for a lot of series. Like you're at like at such a point in the story, 166 episodes in, that I just don't feel we're at with Boruto. But it is what it is. Boruto, the Naruto franchise has become extremely corporate, and it just that's just how it is, guys. You can't fight it. It's just really corporate right now. But I agree. There needs to be a middle ground between milking a series to death and objectively good stories that the audience, the audience, the fans, would actually be interested in seeing. There always needs to be a middle ground with that. In terms of Ishiki versus Kaguya, I don't know if I would say Kaguya is really immortal. Would we really say it? Can we really say that? You see, that's the thing though. Going into the Boruto time skip, all things considered, I've made a point of this before that yo, this is kind of similar to the end of part one Naruto, where everybody had that motivation to get stronger, and with everything that's happening, I feel like Mitsuki and Sarada are going to like train like hell. um, Going into the time skip. Funny enough, I have a video coming up. I was actually supposed to drop it earlier today, but today's been like supermarkets, comeback, housework, washing, all that jazz and blues. Yeah, I have the recording ready and the thumbnail ready, but still need to put it together. So that probably is going to drop on Monday because tomorrow I'll be reviewing the Boruto chapter. Well, Boruto chapter, the Boruto episode. But I don't know. I feel like they need to really and truly exploit a lot of things regarding like Mitsuki and Sarada that I haven't actually touched on yet. But let's have to wait and see. Boruto manga being a 7 out of 10. Okay, I think that's fair. Anime is a 5 out of 10, all things considered. Okay. Black Clover anime is a 7 out of 10, and the manga is 8.5 for me. And how does everybody else feel about those ratings from Kawaki? My problems with the Black Clover anime is just that I just don't think enough time has been allocated to it. I mean, it doesn't look bad generally speaking, but I just feel like it just suffers from the problems your weekly series would have. Is all I'm saying. That and not enough time is dedicated to some scenes, I feel, because as I've pointed out before that I just feel like a lot of scenes have been like coming from the manga. I feel like some scenes are a bit underwhelming. Yeah, some scenes have been underwhelming, and the fact that, like, personally speaking, I'm not the person that usually, like, I've said before, like, if you pause a frame of like an anime or something, that particular frame might look weird, but in motion it doesn't look any way to you. But there have been scenes where I'm seeing bad art in motion with Black Clover, so there is that. All right, William. Well, yeah, I know how you feel. All right, so here's the deal. You have a manga and you have an anime. Naturally speaking, there will be pockets of there will be pockets of, there'll be points in time throughout the stories run in the manga where the anime can really capitalize and naturally expand on a feel, and that's only natural. I feel the anime as that type of medium, that type of format, that visual medium. Well, they're both visual. You get what I mean? Everything's in motion. It's animated in music. It has to take advantage of the format that it's in. So really expounding on certain things is fine. For example, Black Clover wise, right? One thing I realized, like in the underwater temple, we had manga wise, we know Yami was frustrated with the situation with Veto, but anime wise, we got to see much more of that, and the things leading up to him learning his new dark magic spell. So it's things like that. But I feel like the Boruto anime kind of takes it to the extreme, and because of that, it's not as concise. It's not as narratively connected or progressive as I think it should be. Honestly, even the recent events with the car actuation arc, I feel like tomorrow's episode, even the episode might be out now, might be, but tomorrow's episode in general might be some of the best we've gotten with the Boruto anime in a while. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. But guys, honestly, as much as we can be critical or feel that the Boruto or Naruto franchise is corporate and all that jazz and blues, yo, honestly, it's doing pretty well in Japan. That's the thing. And at the end of the day, that's their primary market, their primary audience. So it's like, I'm not saying it to say like, Japan is our audience through everybody else, but honestly, if it's doing well, like, we can only complain and bitch so much. So that's just the fact of it, honestly. But at the end of the day, whether you're extremely positive about Boruto or extremely negative, I think everyone can agree that Boruto as a story, in terms of execution, at least, it's not Naruto. And not to say that, I know a person who might want to come at me and say like, yo, this isn't Naruto anymore, this is Boruto's story, but just in terms of execution, it's the same universe, right? It's not executed as well as Naruto. That's all I'm saying. And then that's the thing as well. Like, Boruto has to fight this uphill battle to get us so much more invested in the Otsutsuki. Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, yeah, we want to find out more about the clan, but like, it's just an uphill battle. And alright, take it for instance. As I said, since it's monthly, Boruto, if you convert it to a weekly series, it would be like at least 130 chapters in already, maybe 150, give or take, probably even more. And let's compare, like, take it like this: compare Orochimaru and the Otsutsuki so far, really and truly. It's similar in the sense that we don't have this big backstory for Orochimaru at what 150 chapters in. That's maybe what into the Chunin exams, 150 chapters in. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you feel Orochimaru had such a presence in Part One Naruto, and I'm pretty sure nobody really gets that from the Otsutsuki. Yeah, they're intimidating. Ishiki is powerful. We've recently started to get some more in terms of his personality. But compare Orochimaru to Ishiki, you'd go to Orochimaru. Yeah. Yeah, it's just that story hype better for the first show. Execution just doesn't live up. Do, 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 do. Yo, trust me. I don't mind Orochimaru being around. You see, the thing is, since Boruto has this whole overarching theme of technology, characters like Orochimaru, it's characters like Orochimaru that should be having a big shine in this era. You think the Joe gonna be anime only? Nah, I don't think it'll be anime only, Kawaki. Even though it has been heavily only focused in the anime so far. I think we'll get, since we're heading into volume 14 for Boruto, so as I said, we're beginning the halfway mark. I feel like we'll start to get some inklings of it over the course of the next 4 chapters. Well, I hope, because as I said, we're more or less at the halfway mark of Boruto, give or take. Midstream, just acknowledgement, guys. Yo, again, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for commenting, always supporting. Just getting that out there. Kind of hungry still. Shadow. Jogan in the anime. I think we at least need to get it in the manga in these next 4 chapters. Yo, honestly, if anything, the funny thing is, no, once the Boruto anime reaches some of these points in the manga, I actually feel like Boruto is going to be like trending like crazy online, because the anime, I'll give Studio Period this in terms of crafting the fight and using episode 65 versus the Momoshiki fight in the manga as the biggest example, as I'll say time and time again. Studio Period at least knows how to choreograph and make use of the abilities of the fight. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how a lot of it, especially that Naruto versus Delta fight. I'm hoping they do that justice. Yeah. Alright. In terms of, alright, let me tell you. In terms of, alright, I'm gonna answer your question, Kawaki, but I want to hear what everybody else. How does everybody feel? How did everyone feel about that? About chapter 50, the fight in general between Naruto and Sasuke and Ishiki, round 2. Shoot your comments. I'll comment it in the meantime, as a way to even answer Kawaki's question as well. You see, the problem with Ishiki, and I've said before chapter 50 drop, there's only so much they can do to actually combat Ishiki. There's only so much they can use. Because Ishiki, even though his moveset is seemingly simple, it's deadly effective. His defenses are pretty damn good. But at the same time, I kind of live by the rule, it's not what you do, but how you do it. And there's so many techniques in Naruto and Sasuke's repertoire that would have made the fight look more creative. Alright, so for example, right? Let's go back from the fight play by play. Let me even bring up the chapter, and so I can answer you guys. Yeah, Sid, we know. we spoke about that in length, Sid. Yes, but I'm bringing up the chapter, guys, because I'm going to go play by play here and kind of dissect how the fight could have gone from a creative standpoint. Boruto. William, Akatsuki versus Kara. Yeah, I'd have to really sit down and think about that one. Alright, so I have the chapter up now, guys. Alright, so I'm scrolling through, right? I'll give you guys a play by play. So Shiki grabs Boruto. Sasuke switches. Yo, just a note, I thought it was the funniest thing when when Ishiki kicked out Sasuke. I'm like, yo, is Sasuke out of the match already? Alright, so Sasuke switches with Boruto. He goes with the Shidori. Ishiki catches it naturally. Kicks Sasuke. Now, the thing is, Kawanki, it's not really about going all out, you know. It's just in certain little pockets of the fights. They could have done some things to make it a bit more interesting. yo, yo, what about tonight? Really? Everybody so just a beat down Sasuke. So jeez. All right, so he grabs Sasuke, kick. All right. So that part of the fight when he kicks down Sasuke, that can continue this year. You can let me know if you know any suggestions for that part. Do. Yo. Alright, so Naruto rushes towards the Shiki double Rasengan. It kind of goes back to what I was saying, only so much he can do since he can shrink. Chakra arms. Do. Alright, so first thing. You see, the biggest thing is no. They fought him once before. They've gotten a snippet of the fight between him and Kashin Koji. You realize they used the weakness of Sukuna Ikona with the whole switch with Boruto and the sword before, and they don't make use of it again. The fact that he can't shrink organic material. So that's the first thing. 2. Naruto going up against him initially, right? You would think Naruto would just speak with the five tails, right? Let's get some boil release in. Doom. He shrinks, kicks Naruto, shadow clones. Do. Of course, they take advantage of the idea of the fact that he can only shrink what he's looking at. Alright, cool. Of course, Sasuke comes in with Chidori. Ishiki uses Dai Kokuten. In that very moment, Sasuke should have used an almighty push off everything. You see, the thing is now, we don't need Naruto and Sasuke to win. We just need them to be represented and use the abilities we know they have. You see, if this was Sasuke from part 1 and 2, part 2 Naruto from Shippuden, he would have been doing what? Blaze release Chidori instead of a regular Chidori. Okay. Naruto and Sasuke are right. Sasuke gets out of the way. I feel like I'm missing some pages here. Even when Ishiki shrunk his sword, right? He still has that part of the Rinnegan where he can generate extra limbs and mechanical parts, or even almighty push to get some distance between him and Ishiki, or something like that. Just little stuff like that. Little, how should I put it? It'd be like a quality of life thing for the fight, is what I'm saying. Alright, he didn't use Blaze Release Chidori against Kage, but he definitely used Blaze Release in that fight. let's see. I'm alright with them going down after a few hits. Because I've already reasoned that if Ishiki can like literally kick through a 6 pass enhanced perfect Susanoo, then making physical contact with Naruto or Sasuke, they're going to go down probably within 2 to 3 hits. So I'm alright with that. But it's just some little quality of life things I feel like could have made the fight seem a bit more creative. Granted, I know we're going to get that in the anime. I know, but I'm just saying for the manga itself, it's not a good look. But at the same time, I acknowledge there are some limitations in terms of I don't know, just the vibe I get. I feel like Ikemoto and Kodachi, they're just trying to say, yo. She should watch Shiki. Yo, it's serious. Uh, duh, 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 duh. No, the thing is, no, it's not about pushing Ishike. Well, in the sense of the cubes that you use with Daikokuten, it's just to blow those away. When you shrunk his sword, it's just to get some space from him. So it's just that what I'm saying. It's the stuff like that. I don't think we actually know if Genjutsu works on Ishiki. I don't think we've seen anybody try. Yeah. Duh, 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 duh. Comments can choose. Conserve these hands too. But I think at the end of the day, it's just that we'll get to see more in the anime. There's just no going around it. At the end of the day, there's only so much they can show or choreograph in a it's still a monthly series, but I don't know. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Kawaki. As I said, the aim isn't really to budge. Well, then again, who knows? It might work. You never know. But the aim I had in mind was not to necessarily budge Jigen, but just they know that physically speaking, they're gonna go down in 2 or 3 hits. So getting distance between them is what I'm saying. Or even, as I said, even making use of the fact that he can't shrink organic material. Sasuke should be even spamming the field with the animal path of the Rinnegan. That's all I'm saying. Chodori, how far are you in One Piece? Because I'm also of the I share the opinion that I feel One Piece is better than Naruto, but I'm up to date manga wise, so I want to know how far you are. But is Hidden Leaf is the what was it called again? The I haven't forgotten the name of the technique. But was that really Genjutsu that Urashiki put Toneri under? I don't think it was Genjutsu. Chapter 54, so that's yeah, right, that's what within Barate? The Barate arc, right? With Sanji, that's where you are then basically. Just give it time. You see, One Piece. Well, as I said, you could probably still catch up and still feel the same. But trust me, the emotions will come, man. Where One Piece is concerned, the emotions will come. Don't worry about it. Um, Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm hoping in this upcoming volume for Boruto that we get Toneri unfreezed, or like a time out or whatever the case may be, and we get him as part of the setup for the time skip. If we're especially if we're expecting the Jogan to make an appearance in the manga before the time skip at least. Oh my gosh. Jano. All right, so Sid, we know this Itachi versus this Shiki thing. I already know. Itachi is just going to pull out this new move, the Otsusukiyami, and then that just gonna like stop all Ishiki's abilities, assuming, and then you gonna just no, you just gonna make just drain Ishiki chakra, and then Itachi gonna become Otsutsuki level, and then just gonna win clearly, simple, done. um. Shoulder, in terms of Boruto versus Naruto generation, as in part one Naruto generation versus Boruto. Uh, Interesting. All right, so we're only going up to level one karma for Boruto, right? Like level one karma versus one tailed Naruto. I don't know. I feel like I'd still give it to Naruto there. Sasuke part one. Well, I will say Sarada, like in terms of how she's been portrayed in the anime, she does seem a bit more creative. In terms of actually using Genjutsu and copying stuff. Well, Sasuke copied Taijutsu, so yeah. But I just still feel like a lot of the part one characters would still come out on top. And then that's the next thing too. Like, you know what's funny in terms of like characters who can use Genjutsu going up against other characters? You don't see them factor in Genjutsu a lot. Like, is Hashirama, like for that question from Kawaki, is Hashirama immune to Genjutsu? We don't know. Like, you see me? Well, yeah, Boruto could just use his space time to remove Naruto from the field. I guess if you, yeah. Well, yeah. But two of them are still in good health. But granted, we don't know where Naruto would end up when Naruto eventually starves to death. Give or take. Yeah. So yeah, from that, yeah. Yeah, so that works. Guys, man, I lie. I'm hungry. Yeah. I'm wondering. I'm thinking how they would free Toneri. Any idea? Any suggestions? Probably using six spots chakra could probably help. Maybe that's the only idea I have in mind. Hmm. The Boruto manga with Kishimoto. Alright. I don't know if I have a bad taste in my mouth from Kishimoto's attempt with Samurai 8. I don't know. But it's still hard to say how good the series would be even with Kishimoto. What do you guys think? Because like the mindset that Kishimoto was in going into Boruto, at least the early sections of it when he was like actually writing. For example, the 10 chapters. Obviously there's a heavy focus on parent and child. And you have to factor in that I would imagine that Kishimoto, for the most part, has told the story that he wanted to tell already. So it's hard to say how good Boruto would be with Kishimoto because that the thing is, isn't Kishimoto supervising Boruto, the Boruto manga? That's the thing. Yeah, it is. Um, question, guys. For those of you that are here that actually are up to date with Black Clover, like as I said, I'm like at chapter 120, so I'm in the middle of the Royal Knight selection exam. But like how I know Tabata said he could make Clover as long as One Piece, but how long do you think Black Clover should be, by the way? Like no, without giving me any spoilers. No spoilers, but like the way the story is going now, if you're up to date, how far do you think Tabata is going to go with the chapter counts? And then like with the current training arc, well, and then like side question again, like do you feel like Clover and Boruto should transition to a seasonal? I know some of you guys still have the vibe for the weekly, I do too, but I don't know. 500 episodes, 1000 favorite chapter character, favorite character in Boruto. I'm tempted to say Sarada, but they haven't been doing the best with her narratively speaking, I feel. Um, eh, yeah, I think there's so much potential conflict you could write with Sarada's character based on who she is. As I said, I have a video coming up about this, so you can look out for that on Monday. Yes, actually. Well, definitely, definitely. So we've been talking about Boruto and Black Clover, Dragon Ball here and there. Yeah, yo, Manala, the weekly still have a vibe to it. The weekly still have a vibe to it. Honestly, there's a certain hype about it too. Not lie, but I guess with everything, it has its positives and negatives. Sid, as I said, I have a video coming up on Monday where I'll talk about the fact that they're not utilizing Sarada narratively speaking to the best of their abilities. So you can look out for that as well. Most of the new gen characters in Boruto. Yeah, the manga has been focusing on mainly Boruto and Kawaki, so it's you see, it's just how Boruto as a franchise, or at least this side of franchise, is structured because it's like the manga is once like a big slice of the pie, the anime is one slice of the pie, the novels are one slice of the pie, and in some cases you have to be like you have to consume everything to really get the full experience in terms of animation, art, storytelling, character development. Yeah, so it's almost like almost a tedious thing, I'd say. Yo, all those other characters are hardly they're not even featured in the manga, are they? No. It's only been like the Inashika Cho that have been really featured from the new gen manga wise. Yeah. Yeah. Well, John, I'm 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 tempted to agree with you because As I said, we're going by Kodachi's word. We're we're about like 45, 40% complete manga wise right now. Yeah. I tell this thing is not like, I don't know if it's a case they're rushing because there's so much potential in the characters and like the stories you can like craft around them, and at the same time those CM stories all that can still contribute to the overarching story, I feel. But as I said, it's just each sector of Boruto just specializes in a different thing, and that's the thing. If you were to just join up the positives from each sector of Boruto, manga, anime, novels, trust me, you would have a story, I feel, that would be like almost, if not equal to Naruto. Yeah, boy. Tell her, it just rough, guys. It's just rough. But it's just part of what to expect when like, well, yeah, that's true. Kishimoto also did neglect side characters. Nobody can tell me that from part two Naruto or Shippuden, it just went downhill in terms of side characters. Honestly, it was the Sasuke show until until Naruto started learning Sage mode. So yeah, Kishimoto is good with it. And Chowdhury, that's the thing as well. I'll say Chowdhury, going back to the whole One Piece comparison. Well, you've already agreed that One Pieces are already better than Naruto, but yeah, I think even almost 1,000 chapters in, Oda does an excellent job of like utilizing the side characters, even if they're not shown a lot. Yeah, like part one Naruto, trust me, fam. The creep, like it was the height of the story, honestly. I think one of the biggest problems, like I guess we could speak about Shippuden a bit. We can move away from Boruto a bit, guys. Go back in time to like Shippuden. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. When Shippuden started, I was hyped. This is back in like 2007. Yo, that seems so long ago, but like when Shippuden started, I was so hyped for it, and like in retrospect, looking back at it now, it was so much of the Sasuke show. There's so many little factors that made part two great, excellent, but made it just feel less than part one. And let's start with the whole idea of the time skip. And persons have done it already where they've compared the time skips in Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, the previous big three. And I think even though Naruto made some gains regarding his his training with Jiraiya, even though some of you might say, yo, he didn't really learn much from Jiraiya. I mean, bigger Rasengan, yeah, his base compatibility went up, but he had less QB control. But I think it was that real and true. That's part of it. Like in retrospect, not the best time skip training. Especially even compared to One Piece. Because I think One Piece does a great job of really showcasing how strong the characters get, but still balancing it out with still having a bunch of characters stronger than them. So that's that. The neglect of the supporting cast, definitely. Like it went downhill from there. And it's to the point where I continue to say when Neji died, I did not feel it because Neji had, there was hardly anything regarding Neji and Shippuden bros. So it was like almost like a whatever. So there was that. Yeah, it was the Uchiha show, it was the Sasuke show. Like there was so, like I know Kishimoto has said he's kind of modeled the whole dynamic between Naruto and Sasuke to him and his brother feel, but yo, like I don't know, like the whole focus on Sasuke for me was almost overbearing, honestly. And yo, it's to the point where I say it and I say it time and time again, where it wasn't until Naruto really started, until Jiraiya's death and the PN arc in general, where the story legitimately felt like it was Naruto's show once again. So yeah, that's the thing. It didn't feel like that until then. Oh wait, hold 1 second for me, guys. Gonna- Yeah, so as I was saying, it didn't really feel like Naruto show till then, guys, and trust me, it was a refreshing look. Like just having Naruto not focusing on Sasuke and just going from there, honestly. So supporting cast, it not feeling like Naruto's story. Um, the time skip training feeling almost negligible. What else can I say? I mean, the suspense and the tension was still there. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like I'm a subscriber of the idea that Naruto as a story, like just get rid of Boruto, right? Naruto as a story didn't actually have to end when it did. Like if Kishimoto really explored all that he wanted to or could have explored, the story could have still been going, I feel. Yeah, Madara is the general. Sid, we know say you can disagree with me, but we know that go already. This the Madara versus Obito debate will never end. Um but yeah. There are some other things there. Of course, Naruto being a reincarnation, that wasn't the best thing. The fourth great ninja war itself, yo, I'm not gonna lie, the war did not get good or great until Madara touched the field. There were some good moments here and there, but trust me, the war was. When Madara touched the field, I said, yes, this is it. This is something I wait for. Yo, Shishui, the goat. Yeah, man. Because alright, honestly, Kishi could have like really explored something. Like even if they had done it like I feel how I feel Kishi wanted to do it with like Naruto exploring the other countries. I feel like there should have even been arcs where Naruto really and truly got to really interact with some of the other Jinchuriki outside of B, you know, at least let the character deaths for the Jinchuriki feel impactful, stuff like that, you know. Enough other things could have a lot of other things could have been explored. But guys, at the same time, we even though I feel this way, it's always important to be knowledgeable and objective about the situation as well. We have to understand that editors are are also involved in terms of these stories and all of that. So, and they can push the story in one direction or the other. So there's that too. You see, my problem with the PNN Obito. Alright, one thing in terms of Obito, I had a problem with him as well. See, they can probably cuss me off when already. Um, my problem with Obito is that I felt like not enough time was allocated on Kishi's part to really flesh out Obito. Like there should have been like 10 to 20 more chapters dedicated to his time. Because the thing is, alright, since the pain fight, right? Naruto kind of changed directions in his character to becoming kind of like this. I wouldn't. Could I say philosophical? But it felt almost predictable, and it was predictable in terms of how things were gonna turn out with Obito. Honestly, well on them. Some other. The Naruto Shippuden basically the war arc. without fillers. Well, no, no. Ah, come on, Shoutary. No, man. Well, is this a rhetorical question or what? No, man. Shippuden would have been from some. Well, you must know. Why am I even answering? Yeah, man. I mean, from now to come up from training till chapter 700. Yeah, but yeah, as I was saying, my problem with like even like characters like Obito or even the stretch of chapters from me was Unmasked. Not gonna lie, the build up to getting Obito unmasked was damn good. But like, you see, because Naruto had already taught no jutsu to a character like Nagato, and then you introduce a character like Obito who was Uchiha Naruto. Like I remember at the time, obviously I hadn't started doing content on. Well, I had started doing content on YouTube, but it was just AMVs. But at the time, I was watching like King of Lightning videos and Forever World, and I remember King of Lightning essentially counting down the time until the chapter of prophecy, as he called it, when Naruto would taught no jutsu Obito. Because let's be real, Naruto and Sasuke had no business beating Ten Tails Jinchuriki Obito. So I felt like Kishimoto almost wrote himself into a corner with it being really predictable that Naruto would talk out Obito. So that was like my problem with that part of the war as well. Apart from the war itself feeling lackluster as well. So Shippuden had its problems too. So Kishimoto isn't the all perfect writer. Nobody is, but as we wanted it, despite our problems in Boruto. Yeah, I would say Boruto filler management does beat Shippuden because yeah, Shippuden had a wild amount of fillers. And King streaming now. Is it what One Piece? I know he covers Kingdom as well. Is he streaming what Kingdom chapter reading or what? He's binging some anime. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Guys, just curious because in my preview window here, my stream isn't looking too. It isn't looking too sexy. How is it? How is the stream looking on yours, guys' end? It's getting hot. Alright, good vibes, good vibes. Mud vibes. Chaudhary, in terms of alright, so I'm gonna break it down for you, Chaudhary. Yeah, the manga is way past where the anime is right now. Like, if you were to put the Boruto anime into the manga terms, it's about chapter 15, guys. It's about chapter 15, right? By the end of the Bujina Bandits, and we're at chapter 50. But the problem is, Chaudhary, is that the Boruto manga started 2016, right? But the anime started 11 months after the manga started, and the manga started with the Boruto movie recap. Usually with weekly series, I realize that their anime adaptations usually start 2 to 3 years after the manga. But given those facts about the Boruto series so far, they didn't have much choice but to essentially start the anime when Boruto and company were still in the academy to essentially give the manga more time to build up. Because by the time the Boruto movie retelling finishes in the manga, we're literally at about chapter 11 and the Boruto anime starts, so they don't have any material to essentially adapt to the anime, so they start with the academy days first. Of course, there are lots of pockets in time for the Boruto story for the anime to actually flesh out. So this is why I don't have 100% problem with the Boruto anime starting where it started. But the problem in general is just the Boruto anime started too soon. 11 months is laughable, guys. Come on. I feel the Boruto anime should have started even this year. And we could have still revisited a lot of the arcs that we did in the anime, but they could have been executed much better, more to the point, more concise, is what I'm saying. So, yeah. Yo, Hidden Leaf, I'm not gonna lie, I dropped off the One Piece anime from Dressrosa. The last episode I watched, I believe, was 698. So I don't know. I don't know when or if I'm going to catch up with the anime, but I really should because I'm really liking the change in production for Wano. But manga wise, I'm up to date with One Piece. So yeah. So there's that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that I can't disagree with you, Kawaki, because the fact that um the fact that it started 11 months after the manga started, and even comparing the Shippuden anime to the Boruto anime, there was literally 1 week break and then Boruto anime. Like what? You see me? Yo, Hidden Leaf, yo, me know, brother. Like, we really need to catch up to the One Piece anime, dog. Like, no, it rough, but the pacing of the anime is killing me, bro. But I guess since I have the wealth of episodes to watch and I don't have to like struggle through it weekly, it'll be bad and not so bad. But trust me, the pacing. Guys, as great as One Piece is, and I really do love One Piece, but the anime, I think it's done its time and really needs to transition to a seasonal. But I would imagine One Piece gets too much ratings in Japan for them to do that. Yeah, at this rate, yeah, the Boruto anime is gonna be like 500 episodes to before it catches up. Tell you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dressrosa Hidden Leaf like felt like forever. Yeah, 690 something. I'm still in Dressrosa. That's why like I've been watching Totally Not Mark's like catch up experience with One Piece. And like in my head, like with his latest video when he talks about Dressrosa having great pacing, in my head I'm like visible confusion, like great pacing. But I realize it's just because I've been so tainted by the Dressrosa anime version that yeah, that's why I feel that way. In terms of my least favorite characters, I would feel like the other girls on Sumere's team. Like you see when you have characters where you could literally swap them out with any other cliche character, yeah. The girls on Sumere's team. Sumere I actually kinda like, especially since she's actually featured in the manga. It just feels like a lot of these characters don't get enough screen time for me to say if I like or dislike them. But yeah, a lot of those other characters, yeah, the girls on Sumere's team, I would say, it's not here nor there for me. Deepa so far, I like him personality. Troll King, that last episode, Troll King definitely. But I'm interested to see how they can how they're gonna take him out. You know, the rough part about all of this, guys, is that even though the board anime is gonna be like 500 plus episodes more than likely, the long and short of it is that the board anime is going to be the definitive version of the Boruto story. That's the sad part about all of this. Let alone episode 66. What do you mean, Shodori? God, it's crazy to think that we've been streaming here for almost 2 hours. Yo, don't get started. Yo, everybody drop their thoughts on Konohamaru in the Boruto era right now. Yo, don't even get me started on Konohamaru, guys. You see, the problem is with a lot of these characters is that there aren't any. I feel there need to be arcs, really, some rich arcs constructed around them to really bring out the best in them. I feel episode 166 was decent for me. I don't know if you watched my live reaction to it. Um, yeah, I'm way. Okay, I see what you're saying, but I didn't really have a big problem considering this is an inner Kara member who is supposed to be at least high tier Kage level. If we're really basing it off the fact that if we're really comparing to like persons like Delta and like Boro. Sid, I tell her, bro. Like it's just I don't know. I don't know. Tell them. On a side note, is anybody here? Sid, Mino say you interested, are excited, but is anybody here going to be watching the Inuyasha, the Yashahime anime when it drops? That and Shaman King and Bleach next year. Anybody excited? Yeah, real thing Hidden Leaf. Like thinking back on it now, the Amoy versus Deepa fight, it was kind of like the way that fights was set up. There was you would more so expect to see that choreography and structure of the fight like from the manga. But yo, Bleach and Shaman King next year. Ugh, God, these lights are killing me, guys. I'm gonna turn on this thing. Yashahime. Guys, I don't know if you're Inuyasha fans, but I'll be doing a live reaction to that first episode when it drops, which is next week Saturday. Well, yeah, that probably won't be dropping till in the afternoon, because thinking back on it now, I have something to take care of in the morning. Yeah, yeah. Nah, but we're not expecting them. We know that Victor isn't gonna die. Well, die and getting defeated are two different things, but at least we don't know he's not gonna die until Kashin Koji manga. Yeah. CH mode Konamaro, that would be good. You see, like Boruto has such an opportunity to explore like certain things about certain characters, like the Sarutobi clan, right? Like what's happening with them these days? Well, that too. Your boy Fibs, boy, we're talking about both anime, manga, Black Clover, a bit of Dragon Ball, Inuyasha, everything. We're just chilling and talking. But welcome, CMW. Appreciate the support and for you joining and tuning in. Yeah, I've been more or less disappointed with Konohamaru in the Boruto era, if I'm being honest, guys. Honestly, because I've said before is that I compare him to Kakashi, and I just feel that Konohamaru just doesn't have that presence, and a lot of the things I feel like, even though Kishimoto kind of we know he did beat that peon body and everything, but I feel like some of the things that Kishimoto was re-entry building up for Konohamaru's character, I feel like it's been kind of been pushed to the wayside, like Iruka. Yeah, yeah. Personally, I do prefer Kikyo if I'm being honest. But it is nice to see how Kagome matures emotionally over the course of the series. But I do prefer Kikyo. But too bad she's dead permanently. Funny enough, on a side note, guys, like for Inuyasha, what would have been fun to see is by the end of the series, like it'd be nice to see like Kagome inherits Kikyo's memories. That would have been nice. Like a true reunion of their souls. But it's nice for Kikyo to get her peace in the afterlife. Whatever. Yeah, that's the thing. Konohamaru is supposed to be like as important as Kakashi, but with how the story is set up and just the vibe from the Boruto franchise in general up to this point, especially the anime, I don't think Konohamaru commands the CM presence. It's like how I compare Orochimaru and Ishiki. Even though at this point, at their respective points within part one of Naruto and now in Boruto, there's still so much you don't know about them. Orochimaru commands so much more presence comparatively speaking to like when comparing to Ishiki. Let me see. Madara using Kamui. He had what? Kakashi's eye, right? Yeah, so it's the one he has to aim. Him being able to just yeah, it was kind of rushed there. Um, in terms of Obita not going blind, I always chalked it up to Hashirama cells, the answer to everything within the Naruto universe. See, even now we're getting Hashirama cells, so you see, um, just using Izanami without Hashirama DNA. But I don't didn't those Uchiyas go blind in the eyes they use Izanami with, right? John, in terms of Minto, I assume you're referring to Minato. If Naruto dies, no, I don't think I would quit Naruto. Like with everything in life, guys, it just depends on the execution. It just depends on the execution in terms of how Naruto's death is handled. Even though I feel like he is not going to die, I just feel like he might be sealed or stuck in another dimension by the time we get to part one of Boruto, part two of Boruto. Um, yeah, that's true. That's true, your boy. In terms of the fact that yeah, for real, yeah, Orochimaru, there was a lot of things we didn't really know about him abilities wise. Real things still. But I don't know. I still want to chalk it up to say, yo, Orochimaru still had a presence, bro. He was definitely freaky looking. He's pretty chill. He's chilled out in these days, but Jado. But then, yo, we know Uchiha's ripping out each other's eyes. The funny thing is about the whole Uchiha's ripping out each other's eyes. I feel like it just downplays Orochimaru's obsession with the Uchiha. Like if Orochimaru could have just ripped out some like Sharingan, then I feel like it downplays it. Yeah, I feel like Sasuke has I think Sasuke might be the one to die, funny enough. Um Rinnegan versus Tensegan. Alright, let's look at it. Tensegan. It does give you that Tensegan chakra mode. It does give you truth-seeking orbs. And let me see, what else did Toneri do in that movie? It did have some what, gravitational abilities as well, right? Yeah. So it do, by extension, the fact that you get truth-seeking orbs, you do get the ability for what? All chakra natures and yin yang release. I guess on the surface level, I could say Tensegan, but like if you're not careful, you could still get beat by someone with a Rinnegan. I guess it just depends. Shiki's Dojutsu versus Tensegan. I'd still go with Ishiki. Like, the thing is, like, Ishiki's abilities are simple but ridiculously overpowered because the fact that with Sukuna Ikone he can shrink himself and basically all other non-organic material and then store them in a dimension without time with like Daikokuten and bring them back instantaneously to full size, like, that's kind of like really ridiculous. Like, think about it. Can you imagine how many things Ishiki has shrunk over his time? Just literally anything he could pull out anything from his timeless dimension with Daikokuten, and it wouldn't be bullshit. Yo, yeah, that's the thing. But the thing is, will Kodashi go along with the mythology by having have 8 powers? That's the thing. Not necessarily a plot hole. I mean, he remember so the ninja tech absorbs. Well, it stores jutsu, and I guess the chakra that was needed for the jutsu when it was stored. So once he fired it off, yeah, he just absorbed it. Yeah. No plot hole there. I like how this just that devolved into a strictly Boruto stream. Where's the Black Clover love, people? Guys, I'm soon in the stream now. I am literally starving. I need to get something to eat. The weekend is killing me. Yo, your boy, definitely. I would recommend Black Clover, definitely. I know lots of persons complain about the main character streaming a lot, but just push past that. Trust me. I think you'll love it. If you're into Boruto, definitely. Especially the anime. Oh, especially the manga. Wait. You're asking about the Black Clover anime or manga, or we're talking about the Boruto anime or manga? Your boy, Fibs. All right, first, Fibs. It's debatable which is better between the Black Clover anime and manga. If I'm being honest, I've been really loving the manga. If I'm being honest, the first 20 episodes of the anime, the pacing isn't the best. There are some pockets. There are some points in the Black Clover manga where the anime really capitalizes on and really expounds on for those first 20 episodes, but I feel like they go to the extreme, so the first 20 episodes feel a bit slow, but after that it really takes off. But generally speaking, I would say, because I started with the manga first before getting into the anime, so I would say just If you're a manga reader, definitely hit it up with the manga because I'm like 120 chapters in manga wise. I'm episode 50 something anime wise. So yeah. So I guess generally speaking, the manga is better. But like for the arc that I'm at, or that I just finished in the manga, which is called The Witch's Forest, I think so far the anime does that arc better. So yeah. But I would recommend start with the manga first. Read like the first 10 chapters. A lot of persons really compare it to Naruto, but trust me, it stands on its own. So definitely recommend it. Shoudari, I don't know. I beg to differ. The Momoshiki was going easy on him because he saw Boruto's future, but that was basically after he died, basically. So I can't agree with that one, Shoudari. Hidden Leaf, Yami is the true main character. yo, yo, Yami is the one. Like we just read the one, dog. Yo. Um, you see, that's the funny thing. I haven't gotten into Attack on Titan. Like, unfortunately, I know that sucks on my part. But like, I don't know. I feel like in recent years, like I will hear that the series is good. I'll probably watch a few clips and nausea is good, but it takes a while for me to get into it. It's because I'm juggling between alright guys, like between like work, 9 to 5 unfortunately. Here on Sanji Uchiha, which I'm trying to catch up with Black Clover, I'm watching Boruto and other miscellaneous stuff I do here. I actually have a different other channel, but it's more along the lines like Jamaican stage plays and contents like that. So I'm juggling two YouTube channels and yeah, so sometimes I find it hard to really devote myself to getting into new stuff a lot of time. So yeah, and that's kind of part of the reason Hidden Leaf, where I haven't really dedicated myself to catching up with the One Piece anime. So other things sometimes. But yeah, I really do need to get into Attack on Titan for real. And the fact that it's seasonal, I wouldn't mind like not reading the manga. I don't think it's a case where is that Boruto should not have existed. I just think Boruto as this part of the franchise started way too early because I remember in like 2014, like everybody was getting hyped about the Boruto the Naruto New Era project, and we were just getting like the extra 10 chapters, some novels, the Boruto movie, some exhibition, and I thought that would have been the end of Naruto, but I just think Boruto started too early, guys. That's just the fact of it, specifically the anime. Where the Boruto manga can start in 2016, fine. Like I can work with that, but I think it should have been given more time. Probably not as long as say like between the end of the Dragon Ball manga, and the Dragon Ball Renaissance, like the start of Super, but shorter time than that. But I just feel like Boruto should have started later. The companies, we know at the end of the day they want to make money, they're milking it, but at the same time, I think they should have took their time to really flesh out and work out how they're gonna structure the story arcs and how these arcs are going to contribute to the overall story. Because for me personally, the biggest problem I have with the Boruto anime is it doesn't feel, even though things are happening, yes, obviously, but I just feel like overall there's this lack of sense of progression overall, if you get what I mean. Yeah, that's the thing, your boy. Because as I said, and I said to the guys earlier in the stream here, is that if the Boruto anime started way later, like say it started next year, 2021, we'd be looking at a different quality in terms of quality. The anime would be like almost totally different, I feel. Hiddenly. Yo, a serious thing though. Everybody's always joking about One Piece ending. Like we But funny enough, though, with Oda saying he wants to end One Piece like 5 years from now, still we can see how he's gonna pull that off. But say he ends it 5 years from now, the One Piece anime probably will end like a year or two after that because you know the One Piece anime is pretty darn close to where the manga is. It's like what, a 70 chapter difference? Yeah, so probably like a year or two after. Yo, honestly, Oda is the man, bro. Like, let me tell you. Uh, Alright, let me at least answer Fibs first before I go on this One Piece tangent. I think it's just the Byakugan in the manga. You think it's a Drogon? I don't know. The way it was drawn, I felt it was the Byakugan. Alright, you see, in terms of the One Piece anime, the piercing doesn't really start getting bad, until I'd say 200 and about 250, about episode 250 and up. You start noticing that the One Piece anime gets bad in terms of piercing. It doesn't get bad like flicking off a light switch or anything like that. It's gradual, but you get to, when you really analyze it, you realize, because the fact that, look at the guys, you have the anime openings moving from 1 minute and 30 seconds to 2 minutes and 30 seconds, even though I think the latest opening is what, 2 minutes. You still have recap, introduction, and all of that. So these things are what really and truly add up to the One Piece anime being really poor in piercing, but it is gradual. Yeah, so that's the thing with weekly anime, guys, is either you're going to take bad piercing or tons of filler, or you're going to go seasonal. I think One Piece, the anime started at the right time, but I just think it's ran its course and needs to transition to a seasonal. But yeah, man, Oda is the man. Like, trust me, I don't have the biggest set of memories in terms of watching One Piece back in the day, because of course I would have watched it on 4Kids like everybody else, and then some of the snippets of it when it was on Toonami. I would watch with my uncle and thing, and he loved One Piece. I think you'd be surprised to know it's still going on. I should probably tell him. But I got back into it like 2011, thereabout, when I was in community college, and trust me, it was an experience, man. Like, trust me, like everything, it's just amazing. I think when I got truly hooked, like when persons say watch the first 50 episodes of One Piece, and if you don't like it by then, just stop. I think Arlong Park is like the scene with Nami and Luffy, like the emotions, yo, Oda is the goat. Chowdhury, Chowdhury, yo. I don't know. If Oda made Naruto, that'd be wild. Oh, did the stream freeze a while ago? Yo, if Oda made me, yo, I don't want to disrespect Kishimoto, because he still, at the end, despite our complaints and the problems, objectively speaking, Naruto was still an amazing story from start to finish. But if Oda made Naruto, bruv. Sid, I don't know if you're still here in the stream, but Shadow, if Oda made, I don't even know what to say, dog. It would be unreal. Unreal. I think the biggest thing for me why I put One Piece over Naruto, guys, is that the fact that Oda can almost be 1,000 chapters in, and there is just this consistency that Oda has, even to the 1,000 chapters in, that Kishimoto kind of dropped off at one point. No, I wasn't hooked on One Piece on episode 10. I was like, it was on a level for me. I was really enjoying it, but trust me, when I hit that scene where Nami was stabbing herself, yo, and just the feels like when you genuinely feel like you need the antagonist or villain to get his ass kicked, like you I don't know, like justice. Yo, trust me, the feels hit me at that point, dog. No, no, don't get me wrong though. Yeah, Oda takes forever to build up to things, but I think in terms of that, I think it's kind of like coming from the mentality, like like you're in a war, you might lose a battle, and overall you win the war. I think that's when it comes on. That's what the case when it comes on to Oda in terms of like some arts are just the pacing to build up in general. Like take Totally Not Marked series over of catching up to One Piece, and he liked he liked he liked Punk Hazard, but it wasn't his favorite. But honestly, there's a lot of setup for some arcs. Nah, alright. Honestly, Fibs, trust me, don't even watch. Don't even worry about the piercing. As I said, it does the piercing doesn't start to become a problem until about 250 episodes in, which is in the middle of that's in Water 7 and his lobbying. So, but I would say don't even worry about the piercing. And I don't want to be that guy that says like, yo, it's about the journey, but honestly, just watch and enjoy, man. Because honestly, it's gonna come to a point you're watching and you're like, yo, if if you like it, that is, it's going to come to a point like you're just like, yo, I just need to watch more and more One Piece, and it's just gonna become like, eh. It's just something you have to experience. If you like it, then you'll love it to death. If not, then fine, it's a bit. But trust me, One Piece is something else. And funny enough, I was watching. Well, I wasn't there. I wasn't watching on the night, but the Reverie stream that Rogers Base has, I've been trying to watch it piece with a lot of the One Piece YouTubers. Trust me, Oda is something else. But guys, we've been streaming how long now? It's been over 2 hours. All right, guys. I'm starving. I need to probably go, whip up an omelet, some bread, some juice, and get something to eat. Chill for the rest of the night for the most part. So yeah, but again, guys, thanks for coming out tonight, for tuning in. Um, the idea has always been to at least do one stream per month. So, well, we're at the end of September anyway, so I don't know if I'll be doing anything more stream wise for this month, but at least we can look forward to the October stream. I usually want to keep it like specific to a specific topic regarding streams, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's good to start with a specific topic and we divulge into other stuff we can talk about, like friends. So, yeah. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. As I said, we over 700 subs now. So I'm hoping we can hit 1,000 by the end of the year, guys. So yeah. Yeah, Chaudhary, definitely, guys. As I said, just for you guys here that are still here, if you don't watch Black Clover, definitely recommend it. If you don't watch One Piece, highly recommend it. So trust me. But yeah, guys, hope you guys are having a great night. Well, it's been fun talking to you guys. But yeah, man, take it easy, guys. Take it easy. Hope you guys are safe. Oh, before I go, how you guys? I should ask, how are you guys handling the whole Corona? The whole pandemic. At least let me hear how are you guys handling before I go, because I mean it's bad and not so bad here in Jamaica, but I guess a lot of you guys are from the US, right? Oh. All right. I guess someone's answering. All right, guys. Yeah, take it easy. It's been fun. Um, so yeah, I guess I'll see you in tomorrow's Boruto review. Take it easy. Thanks for coming out. Peace.